fun with words and numbers. We are having fun with these here right now. I would like to explore. Of course, we have been doing male, female, and here we have when we do the numerical value for male, it equals 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. I'm always excited to some extent with mixed emotions. We could say we're on the number 13 because the number 13 is really a beautiful number, but it's just a number that presents so much. Okay, as I say, I have done, if you have covered my presentations on number 13, you would understand what I mean. It's that beehive. It reminds me of a beehive. This is the number 13. It's the bee. So it's 1 plus 3 equals 4. So here we are. So B also falls in number 2. So it's a number that is, it's harmonious in its own way, but it's a number where we come to agreements. And it's really where one needs to be mindful of the agreements that they make. Okay, so here we have female, and we have covered that. We have covered female and male in other presentation, and we also see that with both man and woman. So we have man, woman. We have male, female. Let's just create more space on here. So we have, so this is 4 and this is 6. So when we add this together equals 10. Okay, and we have male and female. No, I'm doing, sorry, I meant to do man and woman. Man is 1, it equals 10, but it's 1. And I'm going to do this here so we can, and woman. Woman is 3. Woman is 3. Okay. So there, I love, this is the thing I love about all this. So we see 1 for man and 3 for woman, which means when we add 1 and 3 together, that gives us 4. Of course, we have 4 here for male. And so it is saying, in essence, that the aspect of male is really man and woman. That's what we are getting here because, of course, male hair. So sometimes you get, oh, is he a male or female? Okay, he's male, it's male. But female also consists of male. So this is giving us an essence of that hair. All right, and then we have the FE, which equals 11. As I said in other presentation, 6 plus 5 is 11. So that 11, that's what I am believing. Like Jesus. Jesus was not about male or female. We have this idea now. I am beginning to think that we have this idea that Jesus was male. It's just coming to me now, and I'm going to say it. Because I have been seeing Jesus's teachings, it's just like Eve, or there's a lot of Eves, or this is why I said in a lot of my presentations that Jesus had come. It's like he came to nurture. This is what, to give unconditional love. This is the story that we get, and hence we have no or very little teachings or learning about whether he had a girlfriend. Okay, there might have been Mary Magdalene or whoever it was, or Miriam, but the teaching was of nurturing, and we see how where this number 11 comes into play. Now, not only that, we see 4 here, and of course the 4 is very important for us to pay attention to, because 4 is really our north, south, east, and our west. That's our news. So all this is about our news. So here we are, 1 and 3. 3 is that vibration we get here. Nothing happens without vibrations. So woman, of course, is the W-O. That O is like saying here, the W is like the 3. Like I've done this before. The 3 is, this is the 3. This is the W, up the M, the W, and the E. So that's the flower. Hence, it just reminds me, like when a woman loses her virginity, we used to say, oh, she's lost her flower. So there we are. So that is the flower. Of course, the flower is there to get into the womb. The womb is that, or it's consist. That's the womb. It consists of the flower. And of course, man is man. But this is an attribute of man. Right here. Okay. Which has 8 petals. Very 8 petals. 2, 4, 6, 8. Of course, this is what Eve ate of the fruit. And we see those parallels, they come up. Everything is there. It's there for us to see, but it's for us to open our eyes and for us to learn through Mother Eve, because Mother Eve, woman, had taught us how to do this. Hence, again, it reminds me about the text where Christ said, I am not a man. I am no man. I am no man. And it's no. So this is what, when Christ said, I am no man, I'm remembering this here, but I am no man. It's like he was giving a description, an exact description of who he was. I am no man, meaning 5 plus 6. In exact correlation, 5 plus 6. MAN 415. So when Christ said, I am no man, I am a worm. I am a worm. Then worm equals 6. He was giving a double vibration of himself then. So, because here we have 6 and 4, 10, and 11 is 21. Is it by chance that that woman, or bread equal 21? Bread. When we do the numerical value for bread, it equals 21. Bread which is served 2, 9, 5, 1, 4. Again, we could see the 1 4s, the mirroring in the woman. We could see here 4, 1, 5, 4, 1, 5. It's mirrored there. So that's 10, 19, 21. We see how 21 is mirrored here. Then there was wine. Wine, which is 5, 5, 9, 5. 3 5s, 15, plus 5 is 24. 24 is 6. This is where we are saying it's 6, the double vibration. But he said, the wine is my blood. So when we do the numerical value for blood, here, for blood, which is 4, 6, 6, 3, 2. There we are, 10, 19, 21. I've done this before, but I'm feeling that it's, these are the things that is so important for us to get a hang on, so we can understand the dynamics of how we are making sense of who we are, how it's important for us to embrace this aspect, the number 11, which is a master number, that vibration for us to create balance, because it's like saying this number 11 here before woman, this 11, like an 11, is balance. It equals balance. 1 and 1, 2, it equals harmony. It equals unity. So here we are saying that Christ is teaching when we have the word Jesus, for instance, was to come and create balance, to reflect balance, to reflect truth, to reflect whatever imbalance that was there, is to see, well, look, this is what we need to be doing. This is how we need to go about it, forgiving and loving and sharing. And of course, he's saying, I am sharing of myself. And so when you have this, remember me. But remember me, when he says remember me is 9. You are 9 and I am 9. So he's saying, remember, you are giving of yourself. Whenever you do this, you are doing it of yourself. The word self is also 6, as in blood. You are giving of your blood. You're giving of your spirit. Number 10. Spirit is number 10. So when we have 10 also equals 9. I'm sorry. Also equals man. So you are giving of your spirit. So let's get back. We have the flower. We have taken the flower, or the maid of the the flower of the presentation. Okay. So wanting to make this, so let's just looking at these here, and just, that's what we do. We have been conditioned to draw parallels, to make comparisons. And there we see here, we have 2 eyes in the masculine, what we call man. But we are forgetting, I am really now seeing that all of this here also applies to hair. Hair, all this applies to hair. These ladders that we are looking at also applies to hair. Perhaps we women have a responsibility to now embrace what we have not done before. That although when we see H, we see it as ladders. Again, the H is to remind us it is a long ladder. Okay, let's have a long ladder. Yeah. Okay. This would be a St. Lucia ladder. Okay. So we would have this ladder, and we see, for instance, that it also represents Jesus. It's like the H in all of this that we refer to ourselves, we are seeing that it carries the WO, because man is of woman. So that signature is important, or that symbol is important before getting into anything else. It's important that we acknowledge that. Hey, it's of the womb. It's of the WOMB. So this is 2, 4, 6, 5. And 6 and 6, 12, and 5 is 17. So 17, which is in direct correlation with the word God, and it's also in direct correlation with Eve, because we have worked it out. Eve is 14, but of course Eve ate of the fruit, and not only that, we have done the numerical values as well that shows when eating of the fruit, it's like Et was her surname, you could put it this way. But we have seen waters and waters, and I have done the numerical values where 10 is also seen as 8. I've just done this as well. Okay, in the delivery. Of course, the womb, when it delivers, delivers. So we see 8 is here. And okay, so 8 is really a twisted whole, if you like, or it's 2 parts. It's like your eye, for instance, it's like a world in your eye, and it's like, of course, we see with both eyes, and if we had one eye, we would see perhaps the same thing from that one eye. Okay, so there we have. So I'm just looking at these, scanning these, for instance, and seeing how they have impacted on our lives. So there we have two eyes, of course, in that which we identify men with. We identify man with these eyes. We identify man with these ladders. We think that man are the only ones to climb ladders, but we are understanding that Eve was the one who ate. Now, I'm beginning to think, the only thing we could say with Eve as well, hair, of course, is the womb that makes all the difference. We all of that womb. Of course, so we as mothers who give birth are just representations of that. We are carrying that signature of the womb. Okay, but having birthed another is still with that signature of that womb, of the womb. So a man impregnates a woman, which is number 9 for impregnate, and has a girl. He still has, not directly like we think, but he still has a stamp or signature of that womb attached to him in some way. Okay, so we have the H's. Now that I find it very amazing that all of these, we have 6 H's here. We have the 6, so 3, let's just say that's what we do. We put there's the ladder, so the ladders are even on both sides of the walls, because we have 3 H's here as well. So we don't have an issue with the ladder. Okay, but the eyes, of course, we understand why it is important that the man has the eye, because the woman does not necessarily need to have the eyes as the way in a man does, because she can feel. She has the womb that is an eye. The womb in itself is an eye. That's why God, the Spirit of God, was able to look upon the face of the water. What is in the womb? Water. Okay, so when the child is, mother is impregnated, the child is in water, in a womb of water. So in the water, she can feel, she can see, and does not necessarily need these eyes here. So it seemed like whoever had devised all these things, it has seemed there is a degree of balance in there. One is external, and one is internal, and hence we have these polarities to create that balance. Okay, so of course here it would seem like the man had the external eyes, as I say, and the female or the woman has it within her, so she can feel life in all its aspect, in all its innocence within her. She can feel from day one what is happening and has a sense of life. Hence, she knew that the fruit was good. And, of course, she could see. Okay, so here we have 2 S's again, the S's is a representation of the serpent, because Eve ate of the fruit. So the S here is a representation of Eve's wisdom, because it is said that there was no other creature as wise as the serpent. Who had that direct relationship with the serpent as far as the story goes? It was Eve. There was a dialogue, a very intellectual dialogue. It's that said, and God said, if ye eat of the fruit, ye shall surely die. But of course, we had not seen it that way. It was reversed, because Eve is water, and so there is a reflection. Of course, the serpent too. There was a reflection. The serpent was seeing that reflection, of course, and he was saying, did God say, if ye eat of the fruit of the tree of life, ye shall surely die? And of course, Eve did not say yes or no, but Eve says, God said we can eat of all the fruits, but if ye, meaning if you, that's what we understand this ye means. So instead of saying that in inverted commas, it's saying more or less, I could see it pointing, yeah, but God says, if you eat of the fruit of the tree of life, you shall surely die. So Eve really knew that she was not going to surely die because Eve was God. Yes. Okay. So, and then it's like I could hear you say, really? And I said, yes. Okay. All right. So Eve is God. Okay. Now, there we have the R. We have two R's here, which is also denoting, and this is really interesting because we have two I's here and we have two R's here, but they both have the same numerical values. So the 9 is that which births. It's paying your dues to the inland revenue. And the 9, of course, it's like it has the R here, sorry. It has the form of a 9. So if we were to even do this, we could see it's a 9 that is reversed, because we must remember we are looking at mirror aspects, especially when we are looking at Eve, or anything that we are seeing as woman, as the female, thus the feminine. Okay, so now there's just something I thought I would just quickly touch on. The numerical value for ye is 12, and we know what 12 is about. It's like saying 12 is 3. It's like saying 3 shall surely die. We understand that there is much more to all this. Okay. I think everyone knows about this die and lie and so on. Okay, but let's continue on here, because 3 is that vibrations. Yeah. And 3 now we see, ye shall surely die. So if ye shall surely die, meaning that the 12, which equals 3, which is vibrations, which we this is what it's the I see it as that wave. It's that wave that vibrates. And of course, now we see it as the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It's the Trinity that we learn. Okay, let's just do this now. So this is I'm counting because my eyes tend to do a dance when I'm counting. So just bear this in mind, as long as the figures are right. Okay, so 8, this is 17, 18, 19, 20, this is 21. Okay, so this is what we are talking about with Christ and 21 here. Okay, now this is, I know this is very easy. This is 13. 13. This is where the beehive is. And here we have 10 and 8 is 18. So we see 18. So that equals 9. That equals 4. And that equals 3. Okay. And if we add these together, let's just do that. This would be 12. 12. Oh, as I say, I'm dancing. 12 and 16. So this would be 16, and that equals 7. So because 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay. All right. So there we are now with she, and this is 13, 14. So we see 14. Mother Eve is present here. This is 5, and hers. So this is 10, 18, 19, 23. 23. You see how the 5s are there. And of course, what did we have here? This is 9 and 5. This is 14. and 8, this is 22. 22 equals 4. Then we have 14. Let's just add this here. 5 and 5, 10, 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Okay. So we have, okay. So we were told that that 12 would surely die. Then we have 5 and 7 here equals 12. And of course, 1 plus 2, when we add 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now that's the vibration that really came about through all of this eating of the fruit because of the 2 here. So these are vibrations in terms, again, it's important that we understand how words have, I don't know how many thousands of years ago, this has come, it has been calculated in a way that to teach us so much. If we do the numerical values for the word 7, it comes to 2. So that in itself is saying that there are two is unity. As we say, it would be reflective of these 2 here. It would be reflective of the warm hair. So all of this here is also still reflective of 2. When we do the numerical value for the word 5, I'm looking over there, it equals 6. Now 6, so we would have 2 and 6 would be 8. Hence we would have, that is showing the perfection. I think this is just too delicious not to make a note of it. Okay, so there we are. Let's use a contrast. So SEVEN equals 2. That is, of course, we see Eve is right there in that 7. This is where the hidden things have been hidden in that way, because Eve is in the middle right here. It's okay, we can overlap here. Eve is bang in the middle, like here in the 5 is really showing us that reflection here. And we see how S and N equals 6, which is reflective of that 6. In fact, we had 6. Oh, I just had done the numerical value. In fact, I've just remembered when we do the numerical value for 5, it's 6. So 5 equals 6. Okay. So here is 6, 9, 4, 5. So when we add this up together, this is 9 and 9, 18, and 6 is 24. So we have 6 here. All right, so 6, again, as I say, if we were to add this, 2 plus 6 would give us 8. 8 is whole. 8 is infinite. This is where we will be doing our news complete. Of course, when we do the news,